Google Notebook LM is a very powerful research assistant app that has been widely used by students, uh, teachers, university lecturers, researchers, and even professionals worldwide. So from time to time, you see additional tools being added to Notebook LM, which makes Notebook LM become more powerful. And you can do so many things with Notebook LM. So one of the latest tool added to Notebook LM is the audio tool. And I find audio tool very useful for researchers, writers, or even students to critique their own work or another colleague's work. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to critique a research article, whether it's your own or another researcher's or a colleague's research article that has been published or not yet published. So you have already used the Notebook LM. You should have it there, and you can use existing notebooks that you have created, or you can create a new one. If you are new to Notebook LM, you can open Notebook LM and then sign in, okay, using your email and your password. Okay, to create a new notebook, simply point your mouse on the top right-hand side of Notebook LM. Just below settings, you can see create new here. So click on that to create a new notebook. Okay, if you see a dialog box that is popping up here, it's trying to tell you to upload your files or create links to the articles online or upload from your cloud drive. You don't need this, so you can close it first and then create the notebook first. Okay, if you look on the top left-hand side, you can see untitled notebooks. Just click in there and delete the default name there and then have your own notebook name. Now, one thing about creating or giving a name to your notebook is you need to be more specific. Use notebook names that can allow the AI to understand what exactly you're trying to do within Notebook LM so that it will provide the right type of feedback for you. So be more specific, descriptive, describe whatever you want to do by giving a title that is clear and specific. So in this example, I'm going to type generative AI in education. Okay, so the AI will know that my notebook is about usage of AI in education. So whatever I do in this workspace, it should be able to provide the right type of feedback for me. So the name of your notebook must be descriptive, must be more specific, and reflect what you are trying to do. Okay. So after I change the name of the notebook, now I've got my generative AI in education notebook ready to be used. So next thing I need to do is upload the research article that I want to get the audio tool to critique. Okay. So on the left-hand side, you see add sources. So I'm going to click there and then ignore the others. I'm going to come to the bottom left-hand corner of the dialog box here. And I'm going to click on upload files. Then I'm going to look for the research article that I want to import into Notebook LM workspace. Okay, I'm going to open this sample critique folder here. Then I'm going to import this research article. Okay, this article is based on a small research carried out by one of the UPNG School of Business lecturer. He did a small research in the School of Business. So we're going to get the AI tool to critique this article. To double click or click once and then click open. Okay, so we'll wait for the article to be uploaded to NotebookLM. Okay, it is done here. Now you can critique more than one research article, but we can do one so that we concentrate only on one article first. Okay, so this research article is now selected. Now in the middle here, that's where you can chat with the AI tool on specific areas of the that you want the AI to assist you with. So you can type a prompt or instruction for the AI or a question in the space here. Okay, and you can do more on whatever you're trying to get the AI to assist you with. But what we're interested in is the tools on the right hand side. Okay, so you can see audio tool here. You can see slide deck for you to create slides based on selected articles that you uploaded here. And then you can see video. You can create a video critic or overview of these selected articles. You can also create mind maps by using the mind map tool. You can even create a summary report on the selected articles. Okay. Flashcards, very important for main points. So, for example, if you are creating lecture materials for your class or for your students, you can create flashcards based on your articles, selected articles. And then you have the quiz. So you can create quiz based on the selected articles, and also very useful for teachers and students. Students can use the quiz tool for revision purpose. Teachers can create a quiz to be used in their class. Okay, infographic is not a useful tool if you want to create diagrams or data based on your selected articles. Okay, in some form of image or diagram. You can even create a data table from your selected articles that you uploaded here. Okay, so you can do that. Okay, our focus today is on how to critique a research article, whether it's your own or another researcher's article. Now, if you go ahead and click straight on audio or any of these tools, the AI tool will use the default setting to implement what you're clicking on. For example, if I go ahead and click on audio tool without any further instruction, then the AI will just generate an audio on my selected article without any further input from me. Okay, which is a quick way of doing that, but sometimes it will not meet your needs. So my suggestion is point your mouse on the sort tool on the right side that looks like an arrow or a triangle. So if you click that, you can see other options that you can use to configure the audio tool. So you click here. So the default audio selected is deep dive, a lively conversation between two O's, unpacking and connecting topics in your sources. Or you can select brief, a bite-sized overview to help you grasp the core ideas from your sources that you've selected. So this is a quick brief audio overview. I use this one if you want a quick overview of the selected articles. Okay, the last two, I find them very powerful and very useful. So here you will have two AI individuals critiquing the selected article, just like real people doing. So if you select critique, you have those two AI experts will provide a very deep critique of the article that you have selected. So an expert review of your sources, offering constructive feedback to help you improve your material. Okay. So if you select this one, then you'll have those two individuals, experts there, will critique your work, both the strength and weakness from the research article. Okay, just like real people. Okay, the next one is debate. The debate is also very useful because you will have two experts that will provide different views about your articles. One might be really critical, another one might try to be someone in between. So you have those two uh, experts with different views of your article, so they will provide a balanced critique of your work. So I recommend using both of these tools if you want to get a full detailed feedback from your research article that you're writing. Or if you're doing the critique for another colleague or researcher, you can get these two AI experts to critique the article. Okay, so it's up to you which one you want to select. So I'm going to go for the critique first. So select that by clicking on it. Now, below that you have to choose, if you're using English, then English is the default, but you can select the other languages if you're proficient in one of those languages. And then you select the length. Okay, the normal length is the default one, which is already selected. Or you want a short critique, very fast and straight to the point. Then you go for short. Okay, and then where it says sources, it depends on how many sources you are selecting. Because I only uploaded and selected one, so it showed only one source. Okay, so we have one source there. Sorry. Okay, so I selected critique. Language is English. Now, here I find this tool also very, very useful. So if you have further instruction and you want the AI critics to really focus on what you want, then you might as well type a prompt or further instruction in here. Okay, so that will really help the AI critics to meet your needs. So here I'm going to type a prompt, or I'm going to copy it on my prepared prompt and then paste it in here. So I'm going to come here. Okay, I have this prompt already prepared, ready to paste the prompt. So it's based on this particular tool we're using, academic review and critique prompts. Okay, so audio overview for critique, for academic critique. So the purpose of this prompt: generate a balanced, constructive critique of a selected document in a natural 2 hours discussing format. So two of those AI experts will critique the selected article. Okay, best use for this prompt is useful for lecturers, academics, reviewers or academic reviewers, researchers, postgraduate students, and professional document reviewers. So this prompt that I created is useful for this group of people. So output from the prompt: a conversational but structured critical review that identifies trends, limitations, academic quality, and revision priorities. Okay, so that's the output from this prompt here. So I'm going to copy this prompt here by selecting the O from. Okay, then I'm going to right click and click copy. Okay, before I paste it, I'll quickly go through the structure of this prompt. I'm not going to read everything. Structure the discussion as follows: 1, brief introduction; 2, main ideas; 3, strengths; 4, weaknesses and gaps; 5, academic and professional quality; 6, recommendations for improvement; 7, overall judgment. Important instructions: do not only summarize the document, provide a critical review. Be fair, constructive, and specific. Use simple, clear language. Avoid overly negative comments. Work possible, mentions examples from the selected document. Make the discussion sound natural, like two knowledgeable reviewers having a thoughtful academic conversation. Base all comments on the selected document only. Do not invent unsupported information. So these last two bullet points are very, very important. Huh? So the instructions in the form will really make those two AI experts do exactly what you want. Okay. So I'm going to go to audio overview, and then right click and click paste. So now pasting the entire prompt into the box here. Okay, now I'm going to click on generate, and we'll see what the tool can provide. Okay. So we wait for the audio tool to complete its complete generating the audio overview. So you can see the status here on the bottom right hand side. Okay, the overview tool, audio overview tool has already rated the audio critic of the selected research article. So you can see here. So you can click on the play button to listen to it right now, or you can download it for later. Okay, so if you point your mouse on the three dots on the right hand side for more, you can share this audio overview with other colleagues or with your students, or you can rename the title. You can download the file. You can also click here to view prompt and sources. Or if you're not satisfied with the audio overview, then you can delete it and start all over again. Okay, I'm going to start by clicking on rename, and I can change the name of the audio critic. So I'll type UPNG students AI usage critic to make it stand out, and it will make me locate the audio overview quickly in future. Okay. Right, I'm going to click on the play button, and we'll just listen to the overview, and then later I'll download it.
Of the entire analysis.
Right, because we are looking at a group that explicitly includes executive MBA students.
Yes.
And in the context of Port Moresby, an executive MBA student is likely a mid-career professional. They probably have a company-issued laptop, maybe a private office, and most crucially, a reliable paid corporate data plan.
Which is huge, and the text actually explicitly notes early on that in Papua New Guinea, digital access is uneven. That one variable kind of changes the entire gravitational pull of the paper.
Oh, entirely.
Right, so when the authors build these university-wide AI strategies based on the cohort with significantly above average digital access, they risk entirely ignoring the massive technological gaps for, say, humanities students or agriculture students who might be relying on sporadic Wi-Fi.
Or shared campus computers.
Exactly.
I mean, those students might be trying to access generative AI on a feature phone over an intermittent 3G connection. So if the authors want to fix this, they really need to explicitly contrast this business cohort with the rest of the campus.
Yeah, it is about calibrating the ensuing recommendations. You don't want them to accidentally propose a one-size-fits-all solution for an institution that is, deeply stratified in its infrastructure.
Definitely. Let's look closely at the usage statistics presented in the findings. We see that 85% of these respondents use ChatGPT and 44% use Microsoft Copilot.
Right, which is high.
Very high. The author should really insert a brief caveat acknowledging that business students' high usage of these specific text-heavy tools might simply reflect their specific curriculum requirements.
Oh, for sure. Because they are drafting business reports, generating executive summaries, analyzing market data.
Exactly. Whereas a science student doing wet lab work or a fine arts student interacts with technology completely differently.
The utility of a large language model definitely shifts depending on the discipline. To anchor this practically for the reader, the authors just need a comparative framework.
Right. Like what?
Like, they could add a single sentence comparing the 77 student sample to the total University of Papua New Guinea enrollment figure. If the university has thousands of students, stating that immediately clarifies the scale and the limits of the data.
And it demonstrates academic self-awareness, which is just so important. When peer reviewers or institutional policymakers read survey data, they're actively looking for the boundaries of the research.
Yeah, absolutely.
By explicitly stating the sample size in relation to the whole, the authors signal that they actually understand the limitations of their own methodology. But let me push back a little on over-contextualizing this.
Okay, go ahead.
This survey notes that 74% of these students are actively begging the administration for clear AI guidelines right now. This is a very real, very present anxiety on campus.
It is.
So if the authors spend 3 paragraphs dissecting how privileged and isolated these 77 students are, does it dilute the urgency of their core demand? Like, we don't want the administration to read this and think, well, this only applies to a handful of MBA students, so we can ignore it.
Well, actually, I think preempting skepticism fortifies the demand.
How so?
Because when a university administrator reads a 77-person survey, their very first instinct is to dismiss it as statistically insignificant.
Right, I see that.
But if the author preempts that dismissal by saying, yes, this is a highly resourced sample, and even they are completely lost without guidelines, it shuts down the administrative counterargument before it even starts.
Ah, so the caveat becomes the catalyst.
Precisely. It tells the administration that if the most technologically equipped students are struggling to navigate the ethical boundaries of artificial intelligence, well, the less resourced students are likely facing even greater unseen crises. It leverages the limitation of this.
Okay, so now you listen to the how this tool can be used, and you can see the 2 AI experts critiquing the research. Now this audio overview is critic is about 16 minutes long. Okay, so we're going to stop here, and I'm going to download it, and then in the next part I'm going to show you how to add the caption, so that the caption will appear on the screen, so that viewers can read the text as well. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots on the right hand side, and then I'm going to click download. Okay. All right, I'm going to download it to the downloads folder. Okay, it's done. So, like I said, you can use this tool to critique your own research articles or any materials that you're writing, like a book, or you can critique another person's writing, research article, or other documents. Even students can use the audio tool to critique their own writing, for example, research report or essays, or any sorts of writing that they want to critique. Okay, so we're going to stop here. Next time, I'm going to introduce you to the other tools, so that you can be able to use NotebookLM more effectively as your content management app, as well as your research assistant. Okay, so we'll stop here.
Long morning through sunny Kama, Mama ikirap time they stop. Bilong long sol wara bilong backside. Hemi walking garden in a long night. And planning taro banana too. Ground is so